It's the Caleb Lee MTGO Show.
Hey, Mox. Mox are pretty good. It's kind of a fucked up pack, huh? Fourth and Sneak and Fury and Bill and such. There's kind of like three cards that I sort of like here. It's Library, Minsk and Boo, Wheel of Fortune. Minsk has not been winning as much for me lately, but maybe it's just like red-green hasn't been winning as much for me. It's certainly better when you can power it out quickly, which Mox does let you do. I almost want to take the Library, just stay open. Red-green will be open though. Something cracked will wheel from that first bank. I think so too, actually. It had like 3 good red cards, right? I'd like to wheel that Lava Spur Boots that I just passed. And squeeze a Nadu in here. You don't like Library because you have a Mox Jet? A single Mox Jet? Library is still good in your deck if you have a Mox Jet, friend. There's a secret mode where you don't play it, and you just get to draw cards to your library. And then when you want to jam it, it catches you up on tempo. Yeah, let's play this monstrosity, I suppose. Crazy how quick Minsk and Boo has aged, right? Pardon the yawn. Or don't, you don't have to. Crazy how Tarmogoyf looks so bad now. Yeah, I don't know. I've played a lot more Pyrogoyf, or Tarmogoyf since Pyrogoyf's been printed. Kind of fun. I somehow got off my playlist. I think I'm gonna Pest Infest here. Inti's kind of sweet for spreading trample around, but all my creatures have trample already. Yeah, right, Cravian? The perfect song to fall asleep to as your ale horn slowly sips from your hand and the laughter of your kin resounds throughout the hall. Ooh. Yeah, one thing we're looking for that one of the benefits of being in red-green is that you do get like Orcish Lumberjack on the super late wheel because nobody else wants it. If you're on tap with that card, it's kind of like having a Black Lotus every turn. I think this Arena of Glory is actually good. Give like Monstrosity haste. It's a good card to give more abilities to. Hey, the Bill wheeled. There were like 3 red cards in this pack, but Bristly Bill as the only green card wheeled. Tells us a little bit of something about the temperament of the rest of the pod, hum. You once drafted Lumberjacks in mono red because you didn't have enough 1-drops. I saw somebody back when they were doing the Cube qualifiers. I think it was Jesse Hampton. I saw Splash the forests in Lumberjack. I had like never seen somebody do that before and play Orcish Lumberjack with like 4 splashed forests or something, just like random duels. That sounds like some fun jams over time. I'm really excited to hello. I was gonna say I'm really excited to see some shows this weekend. I've been jonesing for live music. I think I would take Mana Crypt over an off-color Mox, but right now we already have an off-color Mox, which makes me want to take the Mox Ruby over the Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt by itself lets you like turn 1 Monstrosity though, which is pretty sick. I guess I'll take this Ren in 6. We can't currently use it really, but that could change. That's a good card. Breach? Somebody else already took the sneak attack. Why would I want through the breach? Just not what we're doing here. Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb might have been like lower and lower on as the speed of the cube increases. It just feels like you don't get as many taps out of it as you used to. Atrax is a pretty sick one to natural order. We haven't seen natural order yet, right? Plus, we won't have to face an Atraxa this way. Fabled Passage is a fetch for Ren, but it's like kind of a bullshit fetch. I guess we have Bill here too. Fast Bond here? Nah. We're probably only going to be playing like 15 lands or less. So those boots did not wheel in pack 1. How much do I care? I'm passing up like a Chain Lightning or a FOMO. I think that's okay. Just going to take the Flame Slash. Not do a little exciting when we already have Bristly Bill and Green Sun that can tutor for both. Yeah, I'm not multi-queuing Bushi, so. Scythecat Cub would give me additional Nadu combo critters. That's just a good card. I really want that Commercial District, though. Such is life, You wish Flame Slash was in standard. Red needs the help. Does Red? Is that what people have been saying about Red? Needs a little pick-me-up. Ooh. Death Critter's Champion Wield, Wasn't expecting that. This is going to be an interesting pack 3, one way or the other. I really like Champion and Ursine Monstrosity. You can just, like, one-shots people sometimes. Hey, Ariana Altamare thinks the sub. Thinks that's 75 months. That is a lot of months. I don't know if any of y'all knew that, but that's a lot. Altamare says, I was told there'd be a stream. I'm pleased to see I was not misinformed. Correct. Every day, friend. Every fucking day. The Huatley got a little bit better with the Naughty Splash. Metamorph and Fintorn, both tempting, though. I think with 2 Moxen, the Fintorn does lose some value. Because we're skipping our 1-drop a certain percentage of the time. You want Lightning Bolt in current standard? Might be like the Stone Worst format to print Lightning Bolt into. Well, Strip Mine pairs well with the Ren and 6. I guess I'll grab that. I don't want to throw Tameo in here, because that, like, exaggerates the blue splash, gives you more things that can go wrong. 1 card rotting in hand versus 2, right? And plus, Tameo, like, needs to come down super early, and you can Green Sun for the Nadu, even if you don't have a blue source. Just gonna grab the Chariot. Also works with Nadu. Lutri tempting. The nice thing about Lutri is if you can get a card like Pyrokinesis and then just like always have a red card to pitch, it's nice. Alright, and then we're getting Natural Order. I'm just taking this Copperline Gorge. I'm like very low on playables, I guess that Detective Phoenix can come back in. Ooh, I like this Malevolent Rumble. Rumble also makes the Phoenix look better. And it's going to help me put together the Nadu combo, maybe. Or I could, like, find you the Red and 6 while binning Strip Mine, that sort of deal. Cutting Strip is a spell. You could do. That Pyrokinesis that I mentioned earlier. So with double landfall critters, I actually am going to grab the Bloodstained Mire. And I can get, you can even fetch a blue source with the Augrotten Triome there. Actually, that's all it grabs because I don't have a Taiga here. Oh well. Well, the Proving Ground would be a Taiga. I think I want this Reclaimer, though. I think I want the Reclaimer to help me tutor up Strip Mine, do the thing a little bit more often. Also a card I can green sun for, huh? Play this Talisman, play this Fire Ice. The Worldly Tutor is almost interesting, huh? With the Nadu combo there. I don't like it, but like, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, we want to play those cards, then all of a sudden, we only need 4 cards. A little closer, huh? A little closer. If we found Natural Order, I'd throw that Atraxa back in here for sure. Alright. And if we draw the Atraxa, then sometimes Natural Order can be useful to find the Nadu combo. I think I want the Ent. Make my Detective Phoenix look a little better. Lorien Revealed's kind of good too. Just thinking. Yeah, Lorien Revealed can get red mana, which Ent can't. Alright. The Ent was like a bullshit Natural Order target too, though. So I thought about it. Is that like the latest fucking Tamiyo you've ever seen? Mana base is really not set up to play at turn 1. Talon Gates is interesting with the Reclaimer. Yeah, I mean, this is just the deck, huh? One, two. This is like 7-ish green sources. Not really enough. Oh, there's the Talisman. You can count 8 with that. We have 2 Moxen that can play the Talisman turn 1. Like 9 red. More than we need. Maybe I'm cutting that Arena of Glory. I kind of like it with like the Ursine Monstrosity, but that's about it. That's the only card that I really care about it with. I think this is plenty of blue mana. The Bloodstained Mire only has 2 fetchables. A Mountain and the Ogrod and Triome. We have that Ren and 6. I'm going to cut the Verge and play another Mountain. Cool. Well, this hand looks a lot worse than the deck, We're like turn 2 Tamiyo, turn 3 Death Greeter, and then question mark. I'm gonna mull this. One cool thing with this, with the new mulligan, is you can like put the Atraxa on the bottom now to Natural Order for later. And be pretty good with a green source. Alright. I mean, you rip a fetch, the hand kind of works. Would I swap in my current Chandelar deck into a Cube Pod if I could? The deck with 4 Black Lotuses, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk. Yeah, I'd probably play that. The top end is Singer, so. Still 2 Contract from Blows in there. At a certain point, it really doesn't matter what you're killing people with if you're doing it fast enough. Like, we've had a bunch of starts that were like double Hypnotic Spectre. I promise you that's a better start than... like a turn 1 Ocelot Pride or whatever. I agree with that, Hipster MD. There's a point where it gets interesting. I might be like, certainly some cube decks, so we give it a run for its money. But once we get a couple twisters in there, I think we'll even be past that. Cracking the waterlogged grove. Digging for a little sum-sum. Wow. Yeah, just fucking dead. That was like a mull to 5, and we didn't hit our second land for a billion turns. They just didn't have anything going on, huh? Yeah, we had a shitload of damage next turn, huh? We're going to be able to buff the Cub and then give it double strike. Didn't really see enough out of them to do any intense sideboarding. We could board in Endurance because they showed us black mana, but that's... You want a live action Chandelier? Interesting. Maybe get some Nick Cage in there. Oh, you mean like at a con? Interesting. Like instead of True Dungeon. That could be sweet. Can Nick Cage still play? Have him still be the end boss. A LARP? I don't think people consider True Dungeon a LARP. It's like, I don't know, more of a glorified escape room. Well, I know this is probably gonna butter my mustard hum. Oh shit, what up? Hey Vale, thanks for the sub, appreciate you. 53 months of procrastinating instead of working. Aw, yeah. Happy to share it with you. Oh shit, what up? Age of Freak, thanks for the sub, thanks for 48 months there, the 4 years. Yeah, let's see what this oath digs up. What? Well, I thought I was being directed to the city that the Black Wizard had taken over, the Ziggs. That was my confusion. Am I playing the state of North Carolina? Oh, my opponent's name. Maybe. Well, it doesn't hit natural order. Stays up, Genesis MTG. Can I rip an untapped land, Or Mox, we have a couple of those too. The reason behind the 365. Chat completed a sub-challenge. Oh, good stack of cards, huh? And what a sub-challenge it was. Yeah, I was telling the story about how the first time I did a 365, I wanted to make sure there was enough interest So I set a sub challenge, and I was like, okay, well, if I hit 100 subs, I'll do a 365. And it was mostly like a confidence thing before like committing to streaming full time for a year, right? I was telling that story, and somebody in chat was like, okay, well, how many subs would it take for you to do a 365 now? 9 years later. And I had hit 2,000 subs before, but it was during like my peak viewership, which was like 2018, 2019. And I'd been hanging out around 1,000 for a while. So I thought real hard. And obviously it's a big commitment, so I didn't want it to be impossible to reach, because that's like annoying. That like you might as well just say that you wouldn't, right? But I also wanted it to be worth it, right? It to be worth it for me and worth the commitment. So I wanted it to be like a sizable thing, a serious thing. And so I set the bar at 2,500 subs, which got hit in 2 days. And for a little bit, I was over 3,000 subs, which is fucking wild if you're me specifically. Because I didn't think I was ever going to get anywhere close to that again. How's cubing and Chandelar gone? I've been enjoying it. Can it win? Now I can afford a nice whiskey. Yeah, maybe when I get paid on the 15th. What's the sub count right now? I can check. 2,952. Not fucking bad, huh? Not fucking bad. Hey, Polar Bear 4444. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 48 months. How often does Twitch pay out? Once a month. What's the payout structure in America? What do you mean by structure? It depends on your job. I think monthly salary is more common than weekly. But I think there's a lot of people that get paid every other week. Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of anybody getting paid once a week, though. Maybe it would make sense for some professions. Oh shit, what up? Hey, MTG Magic Mike, thanks to the sob, thanks to the 2 months there. To another year of Cube. To another year of Cube. The one job I had where I got paid weekly was not above board. This guy liked to hire high schoolers and then pay them cash under the table. That's a fucking awesome job. At the time, it was kind of rare to get paid. Over like minimum wage when you first graduated. The nerve to say. And he was paying like 10 or 12 bucks an hour, depending on what he asked you to do. So we can combine Burn to kill the troll. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't walk into that. Play both burn spells. They let the first one resolve and then memory lapse the second, and I just like time walk myself while losing a card. Anyway, that job was sweet and it was like very physically active, so I was in just like the best shape of my life. But people did think that I was a drug dealer. Because I was always paying for things with like a big wad of cash, you know. I was not a drug dealer now. It was a landscaping job. That job was ridiculous. I was working 6 days a week for 10 to 12 hours a day. and I was riding my bike. I had a 40-minute bike ride. Thought about firing the Fairy Master in their face while they were tapped out and couldn't counter. I think if they have a counter, they just got me though, right? They'll just counter the champion. How much was I eating? I was eating a lot of calories. I can probably calculate it. I remember I would get like 4 bean burritos at Taco John's. So that's like 360 calories. So it's like 1.5k calories per meal. A burrito with only 4 beans in it. Yeah, right? This is a lot of damage. I don't know if y'all realize that. The fucking bear is 18 damage by itself. Awesome. Are we in the finals? That's exciting. So I scooped it. Actually, there's a couple new ones in here. Anyway, I was too excited to just like let it sit on my shelf. Because I've been getting all excited to try it. This one, the Las Calientes Verde, I have had a lot. It is one of my favorite sauces. I use it on pork and chicken, and it is extremely flavorful. And I think it's like a right level of heat for an everyday sauce. But the two that I had not tried before are the Tropical Amarillo and their Sriracha hot sauce. I've been eating a shitload of Sriracha lately, so that'll be nice. Oh, this one's apparently a little bit hotter. It's a heat level 6 out of 10, whereas the other ones are 3 out of 10. Or no, the Verde is 5 out of 10. Okay. And it seems like they'll all probably be in my range then. But I've been impressed with the Hot Ones sauces in terms of like flavor and stuff. Did I recently cut my hair? I did, yeah. It's getting a little too hot in the summer. Taste test on stream, that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna like wait until the stream's over. I'm not gonna wait several hours to try these out. Waited long enough as is. Alright, I know it's my priority, but we've been waiting for them for a bit. We'll be okay. So this is the Sriracha sauce. Ingredients: jalapeno pepper mash, distilled vinegar, pure cane sugar, key lime juice from concentrate, garlic, arrowroot powder, water, salt, and dill. Oh, that's tasty. Yeah, it seems like a good all-purpose sauce. Pickled garlic, huh? It comes through. Am I losing weight? I look healthier and stuff? I am, yeah. The frustrating thing about that is none of my pants fucking fit anymore. But that's probably a good problem to have, huh? Yeah, I've been jamming a keto diet and then just like exercising several hours a day. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, folks. Just completely reshape your diet and exercise several hours a day. And you too can lose 50 pounds in half a year. But yeah, my mini goal is to get back under 240. So I could have played the Triome here. And if I do that, then I probably have the natural order next turn. Probably getting the Ursine down. Right, exactly. Completely changed diet and lifestyle. What's been the hardest part? Of keto? I mean, sometimes you get carb cravings. You want a pizza. Especially if you're, like, drained at the end of the day and don't want to think about making food. My general solution for carb cravings is to let my body have a little bit of carbs. It's like asking for carbs, so give it some carbs. But have like a spoonful of peanut butter or something, or like a sip of milk instead of a whole ass pizza to myself. You know. What's my exercise? I've been doing a lot of landscaping. So you remember, I'm sure you remember me talking about that giant fucking wood chip pile that I got. Like hauling wood and dirt and stuff around is like really good exercise, and it's like very easy to push yourself to a point where you get like a good heart rate going and stuff, and just like stay in the perfect zone. And then more recently, as the weather's been improving and improving, I've also done some longer walks with the fiance, and that's been fun. I can get both, huh? Because of that's pretty good. That's what they call practical exercise. Yeah, yeah. And then I installed a bunch of garden beds, and for one of them, I did like some serious tilling, which was crazy. Got me in those squat sits? No, no, not the way I'm doing it. Just building a shitload of raised beds. So most of the exercise has been actually like filling the raised beds. Like I said, like hauling wood chips and dirt around and stuff. No sitting for me. No squatting for me. Just hauling. Well, that game went fucking well, huh? I don't know, this one. All your veggie beds are ground level. There's a couple that I put in that are ground level, but mostly because I ended up ordering more dirt than my raised beds needed. And those were so much easier to install, but I might end up doing some mending over. Mostly herbs in those. Because the last time I grew herbs, the rabbits kind of left them alone. So I figured they'd be fine to grow on the ground again. And then I've been trying to keep most of the lettuce in the raised beds. I do not have an air fryer now. I have had one. Wasn't hot on them. Right, Corey Mori? Like I'm just like dripping sweat every day, you know. But like last year, I'd have a rough time mowing my lawn, even how out of shape I was. And after doing that all year, after just like working out constantly, it did not feel like a big deal at all. I've also removed some of my lawn, so that could be part of it. I think with the halfling out, I could actually hardcast the Atraxa, because it'll produce black, and I think I've got a Triland that produces white. Did I end up going with those waist-high planters? No, I built all of my planters, and they're, the non-decorative ones are all, like, 3.5 feet tall. For those that don't garden, that's very high. But I'm like 6 feet tall, so it's like the perfect height for me to just get in there. Don't even have to bend over at all. Alright, I'm gonna try this other hot ones while my opponent fucking murders me. This one's the Sweet Scotch Bonnet. Tropical Armadillo hot sauce. Oh man, I can the smell hit me. Ooh. Hold on. Is that some ginger in there? Ingredients: yellow fatatili pepper, yellow fatatili pepper purse, yellow bell pepper, distilled vinegar, yellow Scotch bonnet pepper, puree, mango, onion, pineapple, mustard, water, pure cane sugar, garlic, lime juice, madras curry powder. That's probably what I'm smelling. Turmeric, toasted onion, cumin. Oh man, cumin has such a strong scent, God, I could just smell this forever. That's definitely like hotter for sure. Like, I can see why they put 3 on this one and a 6 on this one. But, like, huge amount of flavor. That's awesome. I'm gonna eat the shit out of that. Kind of wish I had tapped the Delighted Halfling to cast this, and then I could run the... We're just very close to hard casting the Atraxa, so this fetch could have gotten me the tapped land that I was talking about. The tri-land. Not useful. But I think I need to run out the Reclaimer for some hot chumpage. What brand was that? Heatonist. Hot Ones. You thought I might have gone with the Scythe Cat to try and combo with Nadu? That might have been the best plan. That might have been the way. Yeah, I think your line's better. Oh, and they've got the boots. They've got the boots. Maybe killing Karn last turn was super wrong. Let's see. Oh, I already targeted twice. Well, whatever. Opponent's just like, okay. Feels silly for not boarding this one in, too. We had some good ones, huh? We got Terra Sunder, Heritage Reclamation, Past Infestation. Excuse me. Oh, man, I'm going to eat this on fucking everything. I did some grocery shopping today. After I got done working up a sweat and stuff, I wanted to, like, just, like, relax outside because it was such a gorgeous day. So I just sat out in one of them, like, low-seated Adirondack chairs and, like, enjoyed the birds and shit. And, like, did my grocery shopping on my phone and shit. Got a big mess of brats coming in tomorrow. That's going to go awesome on those. I also have a bunch of pork belly. The last time I cooked up a mess of pork belly, we just, like, ate it for a week straight and did not get sick of it at all. I didn't cook it particularly well either. Like, there were parts of it that were, like, slightly dried out and stuff. I was trying to cook one of those huge, like, Costco amounts, so it was hard to, like, get an even cook on it all. That stuff can't be eaten a lot. Pork belly? Yeah, I mean, so typically it can't be. I used to think it was a bit rich. But when you're doing the keto diet, your body is switching over to running on fat. And then pork belly just becomes, like, the best fucking thing ever. But normally I would agree with you. You said a lot depends on the way it's cooked. Yeah, I managed to get, like, some nice crackling on it. Whatever, I should be saving clues so I can flip it and start, like, rebuying Lorraine Revealed, and I'm kind of just like drawing cards. Is deep fried pig skin keto? It certainly is. A lot of people like that are on keto will literally just like snack on pork skin. Sous videing, yeah, a few folks were in the chat were saying that's a good way to do it. I don't have like a sous vide setup or anything. Kind of feels like they're sitting there on like a balance or something, right? I don't know. What round is this? This is the finals. Tinking it up. So I've been harping on like how the exile artifact is really important. I almost fucking killed the lava spur boots, and I regret not. What am I doing? The talent gates on their turn would be pretty good, huh? Is Tamiya blocking? That's the plan. Considering overblocking, so I don't lose to some random pump spell. Embarrassing. That's the twice that I've walked into that over the past couple of days. Hot diggity. That's a trophy, huh? That's a trophy right there. Kind of a pleasant little league.